our Oplan Digmaang Droga, still ongoing at the National Penitentiary. We would like to report on the significant results in the first week of operation, where more than 1.6 million in cash was confiscated from July 20 to July 26, 2016. Oplan Digmaang Droga, the Department of Justice initial salvo in President Duterte's war on drugs at the National Penitentiary, have gained significant grounds in its first week of implementation. Implemented with full cooperation and support of the Philippine National Police Special Action Force, Oplan Digmaang Droga is the DOJ's taking back control of the Bilibid prison. Digmaang Droga is not only a mere search and seizure activity. It is more comprehensive in breadth and frequency. It is taking back the control of our penitentiaries. Our jails are not havens or sanctuaries for drug lords. That will never be a case during my watch. Beginning July 20, 2016, all the personnel of the NBP have been replaced by the elements of PNP Special Action Force, SAP, who have undergone intensive training in prison management. Our foremost objective is not only to curb, but to totally eradicate all drug-related activities at the National Bilibid Prison. If we succeed, we will strike a major blow in the drug trade in the country. And that is indeed a big leap in our war on drugs. But beyond that, we also want to reorient our NBB personnel via retraining program so that their competence can be enhanced, as we have been doing that in the Department of Justice. On July 21, 2016, the sins of the NBP were replicated in all the penal colonies in the country, like Sablayan, Iwahig, Zamboanga, among others. Oplan Digmaang Droga was envisioned to be applied on a nationwide basis. I am proud to report that in 1 week period, from July 20, 2016 to July 26, 2016, the search and seizure of the SAF at the NBP have yielded a total of 1,612,909 in cash, 80 bladed weapons, 12 ice picks, a caliber .38 pistol, 6 improvised shotguns, 152 cell phones, 62 mobile phone chargers, 6 sachets of suspected shabu, 1 plastic of suspected marijuana, 48 television sets, all of which are considered prohibited items. As a result, we at the DOJ are now studying the possible liabilities of the persons responsible for the proliferations of these items inside the NBP. Once we have determined their violations, we have a word that we will pursue them, to borrow the words of President Duterte, relentlessly. The hammer shall fall, and it shall fall mightily. There will be no sacred cows. This is just the first barrage of our war on drugs. We will pursue President Duterte's mandate for us to wage war on drugs, criminality and corruption with dogged determination, and we shall marshal all the powers and the resources at our disposal to eradicate these problems. We will give no quarters, no chance for these evils to find a place to grow. It is high time that we take the fight to them. I asked everyone to pray for us, to be part of this fight between good and evil. Let us do it for our families and for the beautiful future of our country. Thank you.
The Secretary is now open to entertain questions.
You mentioned in the statement that DOJ is now studying the possible liability of the persons responsible dun sa proliferation of the items. na-identify niyo na po kung sino po kasi nakailang nalugat na rin po before?
Yes, actually, during the initial search, they were accompanied by the SOCO, so that these items and the persons in possession would be properly identified.
So may mga na-identify po mga...
I think so, but the SOCO's report are not yet at hand. But I'm sure that they're still conducting forensic examinations on all the cell phones that they have confiscated. More than 162 of them.
Sir, I suppose, sir, I suppose a forensic examination of the cell phones is in line with your thrust to zero in on those responsible for the manufacture of drugs inside the NBP. Is there an update on that, sir, regarding the actual manufacture of drugs, especially shabu, inside the NBP?
Actually, the latest is that they were looking for some tunnels yesterday, but still there is yet no positive results on that. So with respect to the manufacturer, we'll just go back on our former report that they were having this shabu by evaporating from the many amounts of bottled water from, where the precipitate been found to be shabu and used by the inmates inside the penitentiary.
Regarding the source of their supply of the raw materials, sir, the tracing is still ongoing, or do you have any update on that already? The supply of the raw materials.
Well, the supply of the raw materials, I believe, came from many things. First, they very lax with respect to the visitation rights or visitation of the inmates by the relatives. They go as far as inside the cell of these prisoners with all the things they are bringing with them. So I think the source of these are from these people as well as from the different vehicles of the NBP itself. But because of the strict implementation of the rules of the prison by the SAP, I believe that this has been temporarily stopped in the meantime. There are possible other sources. For example, some of the we have found out that some of the supposedly religious personnel who are conducting some preachings inside the inside the Bilibid are conduits for bringing in drugs as well as prostitutes inside the Bilibid.
Identify na yun yung mga supposed religious personnel?
They were just I was just informed by some of the Bilibid personnel. But since the SAF took over last July 20, they never have got a chance to do it. That's why in the first day of the Digmaang Droga, there were so many misinformation, disinformation, in order to discredit the SAF. They were telling that they heard several gunshots inside, that the SAF troopers were abusive and physically hurting the inmates, that they've been using water hose against the inmates. As a matter of fact, this was even declared, or some of this news came from, this stabilization came from the chaplain of the NBP in one of his press conferences. So, but I found out that these are not true. As a matter of fact, because we believe that the SAF are well trained, disciplined, I believe that from the beginning, I immediately sensed that these are just rumors to discredit the effectiveness of the SAP. So because of this, the ones complaining are the relatives who were prevented from visiting their relatives in prison, and because they were prevented from visiting 6 hours, and their visit was shortened to merely 30 minutes. These relatives who could go inside the prison with a very lax inspection from the previous administration of the Bucor are the ones complaining, because I believe that many of them were prevented from plying their illegal trade. So I congratulate, on this score, I congratulate really the SAP troopers and their commanders for doing an excellent job.
How are we handling now the COVID-19, especially they were already removed from the normal business and turned over to building 14?
Well, many of you witnessed that they were on the first day that they were taken out and put in 2 buses. The 53 of them, including the 19. But on the first day, what we got are only the signal boosters, monies, shabu, and other equipment. But we never got a single cell phone from Building 14. That's where the believed 19 were detained, plus all of them were 53. But a follow-up operation on that Building 14 the following day, we confiscated 150,000. Aside from the 415,000 that we confiscated the previous day and day one, we confiscated an additional 163,000, mostly from Peter Co. Well, we got also heat-sealed plastic sachet, suspected to be shabu, and we got 34 cellular phones. When 22 cellular phones and 34 units of cellular phone chargers, when before we did not confiscate them. I asked the SAP, how did they do it? Well, some of them, just like Peter Co, hid one of his cell phones. I think we confiscated 3 cell phones from Peter Co. Hid in his slippers, in the sole of the slippers. The others are in the toilet. The others are in the chair or in shampoo bottles. In other words, there were so many of them that, but we got 22 cell phones the following day, when before we got 0. Because we believe that neutralizing the use of the cell phones will be the key to stop the drug transaction inside the Philippines.
So just to clarify, when you mentioned these religious groups are being used as conduits for the entry of the illegal drugs and the prostitutes, that's knowingly, sir.
No.
They know what they were bringing. They know.
Yes, because they are selling this in connivance with these guards, with the personnel of the NBP. Well, they're selling they're, of course, that's not selling. They are offering these prostitutes to the prisoners for 4,000 to 5,000 pesos per.
Sir, ano ba yung sa sinasabing religious personnel? Binan nyo na ba sila?
No, nobody. As of the present, they could not do yet. As a matter of fact, we have a big religious organization wanting to bring in their pastors inside because they wanted to conduct Thanksgiving services, but they were not allowed by the SAP because that would not be conducive to their ongoing search.
Pero kung sir involved sa bringing in prostitutes, what will you do with the isang group lang ba yun?
I really don't know if there's only one group, but we have an NGO organization that has been telling us, or they saw me here in the DOJ, and they told me about this prostitutes and possible drugs and other prohibited items inside the prison.
That's being looked into. That's being looked into.
It is being looked into. As a matter of fact, the search still ongoing.
Sir, have you talked to the chaplain of the Philippines? Sa kanya po yata nanggaling yung info na may pagsabog sa loob.
Sa kanya nga. That's why it was proven to me that there's no such thing. So anyway, in his press statement or in his interview, he said that he was just informed. In other words, hearsay lang. Kaya wala naman siyang personal knowledge. But I don't know why it should come from him. I told those people that we should give trust and confidence on the sub-troopers because we believe in their capability and their honesty and their integrity. During the first day of the Digmaang Droga, Chief PNP General Bato de la Rosa pointedly told them that you should not accept any bribe, not even a single candy from these prisoners.
Sir, clarify ko lang sa religious personnel na involved sa drugs and prostitution. Sir, na-prove ba na legit silang religious personnel o nagpapanggap lang silang religious?
Actually, there's yet no in-depth investigation on that. But I was just informed by the president of that NGO, together with three guards. They are incumbent guards of the NDP. Meron din namang matinong guards eh. Nagsumbong din, pumunta dito sa DOJ. Kasama yun, 3 silang guards na talagang pinatutuhanan nila na nangyayari yung gano'n.
Sir, ngayon, stop po na lahat ng preaching, religious activities, gagamit sa labas
Stop muna. Sandali lang naman yun eh. Nakakaisang linggo pa lang naman tayo.
Sir, yung grupo, yung religious group, kailan pa daw, sir, nila ginagawa yung practice na magdadala ng prostitute sa kanila? Ito po mga bawal.
Actually, yun nga, hindi pa in-depth yung ating investigation. So, we have to investigate that.
Pero may na-determine nyo na ba kung gaano karaming religious groups ang pumapasok sa loob ng NDP?
Not yet. Hindi ko pa alam kung kasi daming problema doon. Kaya daan lang ng report sa akin yun eh.
Sir, yung stopping, although nagkakonduct investigation, gano'n, sir, kaya katagal aabot na bawal may mag-preaching doon, magturo?
Once the situation stabilizes, katulad nung you believe that there are no more prohibited use of cell phones and other prohibited items, especially illegal drugs, then that would resume. In the meantime, that the NBP personnel undergoing reorientation and retraining, so perhaps we could wait for them.
Pero sir, sa initial mga info, may mga pinangalanan yung mga inyong hawak na, yung mga kumukusap na sa inyo parang mga witness, may mga napangalanan na sila na mga like NBP personnel or guards na
Yes. Marami silang pinangalanan, especially kahit yung mga top officials, former top officials. Pinangalanan nila.
Doon saan po umabot yung top official?
hanggang dun sa talagang mataas. But with respect to General Renier Cruz, parang hindi naman siya kasama, but wala na rin siyang magawa kasi talagang kasapakat na nung matataas na official yung lahat ng mga personnel sa NBP. They're all parang under the control, parang nagpapatakbo na nga noon yung mga drug lords na eh.
Sino specifically, sir, sa mga drug lords?
Halos yung nandun mga siga dun sa Building 14. Alam naman ninyo kung sino yung mga yun.
Secretary, yung mga siga dun sa Building 14, umaabot ba sa DOJ yung kanilang connection para dun sa protection ng illegal na droga?
The investigations ongoing at umaabot talaga.
Sa DOJ.
Umabot ba sa level, Secretary, hanggang
Mataas ang umataas. Talagang mataas.
mas mataas pa?
I don't want to name names kasi siyempre it's unfair to them. But we are going to come out with the results of the ongoing investigation.
Sir, just to clarify, may nakarating po hanggang sa DOJ.
Yes, karating.
So, syempre, sir, may perang involved yun. Nasabi ba kung magkano may allowance?
Malaki yung sinasabi nila eh. Kaya lang, malaki, millions, pero ayaw ko nga kuhan because we have to presume that they are innocent.
Paano, sir?
Protection yan, sir. It is in the manner of protection.
Parang ganun ang report na natatanggap ko.
Parang protection lang sila at napagpatuloy ang ginagawa nila dito.
Kasi nakita naman ninyo that doon sa kung gano'ng kaluwag ang treatment natin sa mga high-profile inmates. Actually, kung tutuusin, kung titingnan natin yung ginagawa nila, parang silang bida doon, yung mga inmates ang bida eh. Sinusuportahan ng mga public officials. Sila talaga ang nagmamando kung anong nangyayari doon. Hindi maaaring pumalag ang mga ordinary guards or even the officers. Kasi marami na dyan ang, in my investigation, in my research, marami na dyan sa officers ng NBP. They were liquidated upon by the inmates through their contact.
So, sir, yung mga high-profile inmates, yun lang ba yung tatlo o yung 19?
Hindi lang sila. Actually, marami sa kanila doon eh. Although yung iba, hindi pa familiar ang pangalan. So, one more high-profile inmate was added to building 14, si Dominguez. Dominguez.
Carnapping, sir?
Sa carnapping galing sa Bulacan. So, inad siya doon.
Ilan na sila dun sa building?
53. So, kung isa lang inad lang, baka 54 na sila ngayon.
Sir, yung millions, yun yung sa DOJ o pati doon sa mga NBP?
Alin?
Yung sinabi mo kanina ng millions yung binibigay.
Pati sa NBP, pati sa DOJ.
Monthly or
Goes around.
paano ba yun?
Yung kasi yung ang clear dyan, yung tungkol dun sa an example, yung tungkol sa pagkain they are allotted 50 pesos per day para sa kanilang 3 meals. 3 meals. So 50 pesos lang. But before this administration, ginawa na lang nilang 40 kasi inalis kagad nila yung 10 pesos para paghati-hatian nila. And since we have 24,000 inmates dyan sa NBP, that would easily be 240,000 a day. Yung kagad ang pinaghahatian nila. So, kaya't napakalaki niyan eh. So, ang natitira doon sa mga inmates, parang hindi na pagkain daw ng tao yung kinakain nila sa 40 pesos, 3 meals a day. Kaya,
yung lagay na binabagi mo kanina, umabot ba yun hanggang sa level ng secretary ng DOJ? Si Sandra ka po kasi may binabanggit.
Meron kasing ongoing investigation and as a matter of fact, merong kinakonduct na investigation ang House of Representatives, di ba? Through the resolution filed by Speaker Bebot Alvarez. Kaya dun sa investigation na yun, it is they would like to know why drugs proliferated during the previous administration.
Sir, clarification lang sir. Ibig sabihin sir, nasa ibang officials ng DOJ, nasa tayo rin ng mga drug lords and that they are receiving drug money.
Yun ang complaint nila. Yun ang information that reach us, and these are being investigated.
Pero for sure, do you think may basis for that allegation based sa mga nare-receive yung info, reliable ba?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'll be creating a fact-finding committee para kung kinakailangan, this would assist the other investigating bodies. I believe that the police, the NBI are already conducting their own investigations dito. Kaya't dun sa mga dumediretso sa DOJ, then we'll be creating a fact-finding committee.
Composed of who, sir?
Well, some USEC and prosecutors.
So just to establish the timeline, when you mentioned a while ago that an NGO and at least 3 guards went to you to get information, when was this, sir? Especially yung tungkol sa religious groups.
About 10 days ago.
So that's why it's very fresh.
Very, very fresh. Very fresh.
Secretary, mga ilan po yung bilang ng mga opisyal o sabihin dating opisyal ng DOJ yung binabantayan po nito sa sinasabing may koneksyon sa mga siga sa building coping?
At least 2.
Andito pa sila, sir? Andito pa, sir? Wala na.
Wala na.
Dalawa DOJ.
At least 2.
Formerly with the DOJ.
Formerly with the DOJ, yes.
NBP, sir. Yung hierarchy.
NBP, mataas. Sabi ko, except for General Renier na walang derogatory reports akin. Yung iba, although not all of them, many of them are involved.
Based on the information, sir, siya lang yung walang info pa na nakakarating sa inyo na may involvements.
Yeah, si General Renier.
Based on
So far.
You have to verify.
So far.
Okay.
Kasama po ba, Secretary, sa investigasyon yung pagkakataon na isang December, 19 lang na high-profile inmate ang dinala sa NBI, kayong merong mga matataas pang high-profile na sinadyang iniwan sa NBP?
Yes, kasama yung sa being investigated. Kasama yun. Kasi hindi malaman kung bakit yung isa na talagang who should have been there in the first place ay inaiwan sa NBP at hindi sinama dun sa NBI.
Sebastian.
Pwede na bang pambuking Secretary na si J.D. Sebastian yung pinatutok ko lang?
Oo, nagsabi niya.
Tumatang sisig. So, sir,
Sir, sa religious personnel, religious groups, pwede niyo pong sabihin kung anong religious groups?
No. Sabi ko nga, report lang sa akin yung that particular meeting 10 days ago, kaya wala pang malalim na investigation being conducted on that.
it's not a single group, sir. It's not just one. Several, or at least more than one.
Ang nireport niya sa akin, may kapilya daw doon na yun ang pinagdadausan ng kanilang mga preaching. Tapos, apparently, bona fide religious group sila, pero mayroon din silang kasamang 4 or 5 women na napagdalaman nila na hindi pala kasama talaga yung kundi they are yung prostitutes.
So, isang grupo lang po talaga. So far, sir, isang grupo pa lang po.
I am not sure kung isang grupo lang tinutukoy nila.
Secretary, i-clarify ko na yung kanina yung binabanggit yung chaplain ng Bilibid kasi siya yung nagsasabi sa Senior Olagar last time na maging siya hindi nakapasok na sa kanyang opisina. Pinagbawalan ng SAP. So, ano yung sa tingin nyo na reason bakit isa siya na nagpapakalat ng sinasabi ni misinformation?
Kasama siya kasi dun sa isang interview niya, sinabi niya ng meron daw siyang napag-alaman na binibigwasan ng SAF yung mga inmate. So, but from the statement, alam na alam mo na wala siyang personal knowledge. In other words, hearsay. So, dapat doon, he should have conducted, nandun naman siya, he should have conducted some investigation kung talagang totoo yun. As a matter of fact, hindi ba siya pa ang nag-interview kay JB Sebastian doon sa kanyang television station inside NBB? Did you see it? So that's how the chaplain is close, very close to, apparently from the way they interact with one another dun sa TV interview na yun.
Hindi naman siya, sir, yun, yung kasama dun sa mga salary.
Ay, hindi naman siguro siya.
What will be the fate of that chaplain, sir? Are you reconsidering perhaps a replacement or paano po ba, sir?
Well, I don't know. Not yet. I have not yet thought about it. But I found it na para bang hindi tama na yung mga ganon should come from himself in the first place kasi wala naman siyang investigate pa siya. Hindi man lang siya nag-investigate pa. Kasi doon sa they were prevented, including the big religious group, including perhaps the chaplain, as you said, from going inside because that would interfere with the way the SAF has prepared to conduct its own galugad. Kaya hindi naman masama yung huwag muna kayong pumasok kasi mayroon kaming ginagawa. The fact is, nothing illegal has been done by the SAF troopers to the inmates.
So sir, kasama ho ba sa investigation yung chaplain kung anong possible involvement po niya?
Hindi naman. Hindi naman.
Pinag-iisipin na.
Sir, after all the galugad, anong next na plan for the NP? Aalisin ba sila? Di ba dati may plano kayo, dito sila like sa isla?
At the rate we are going, baka hindi na tayo tumagal ng... We are prepared to go as long as 2-3 months for SAF to be in charge. And kung talagang walang mangyayari, anong usapan namin on is that we have to rotate them with the Marines. Pero apparently, hindi natin kailangan ganun maghintay ng ganun katagal. So hopefully, ganun na mangyayari. And hopefully, also, yung the one who promised to donate the jammers would be will contact me so that we could finalize the donation of the jammer, of the Israeli jammer.
Secretary, nabanggit po ninyo kanina yung TV sa Bilibid, yung interview ni Chaplain Aguirre kay JB Sebastian. Please educate us nga po, is it legal to have a community within the Bilibid run by the inmates?
I don't think that's legal. As a matter of fact, we are even prohibited them from, we even confiscated radio or this signal booster. So how in the world could you have a television station inside the prison establishment? Talagang pinababayaan lang.
So ngayon po, hindi na siya tumatakbo?
Sa ngayon, I'm sure na hindi papayagan yun.
Sir, sundutin ko lang yung sa community. So, after, sa may community na rin po talaga inside, di ba may mga nagtitinda doon sa perimeter lang ng Bilibid. Aalisin nyo rin ba yun? Kasi baka possible.
We are contemplating removing them para parang meron lang commissary just like the camps, army camps na may commissary sila, hindi yung kanya-kanya because centralized ninyo kasi ang po namin doon ang gagaling, isa yun sa pinanggagaliwan conduit ng illegal drugs yung mga deliveries na wala namang inspection. We have there in prison several x-ray machine para i-x-ray natin yung lahat ng dinadala nito mga relatives to visit the inmates. Pero ang katakataka doon, madami nating x-ray machine sa Bilibid pero hindi ginagamit.
Ngayon gumagana na, sir?
Hindi pa ngayon kasi it will be set up. Kasi wala pa namang nakakabisita
Sir, kumusta na po yung plano ng DOJ na
pagbili ng Vitaliano sir.
Yun nga, yung sabi ko, hinihintay ko na to come forward na yung mag-donate. Isa lang, but that's worth 10 million eh. Kaya mahal eh.
Sir, wala na muna plano ilipat yung mga high profile sa ibang lugar or tuloy ba?
Well, sa ngayon, wala muna kasi we feel that this is the better alternative. Kasi if we are going to transfer them, ang daing preparing. We have to prepare their quarters, etc., including. But let me tell you that General Balutan, on the assumption that he is going to assume his position come August 1st, is inviting us to visit the Carvalho Island in Corredor. Tinitingnan niya yun kung that could be a very good place where some hardcore, high-profile will be relocated.
So walang legal doon, sir? Walang legal issue or any legal thing that needs to be ironed out if ever you transfer the state penitentiary elsewhere? Wala namang kayo nakita mo?
Nakalagay lang naman dun siguro sa mga order ng mga judges that he be detained at the National Penitentiary. If we call the Carvalho Islands a National Penitentiary, then there is no violation of any court order.
Extension, annex.
Yeah, extension facility like the transfer in NBI.
Yes, as a matter of fact, they are questioning the NBI's detention, di ba? So, dito, baka wala na yung question na yun because once we establish Carvalho Island as an annex of the NBP, then that would be part of NBP and there will be no serious legal objection to that.
Just to clarify lang, sir, when you said a while ago that there were at least two DOJ officials na involved, sir, sa problema sa Bilibid, sir. Parang dalawa, sir. Two-prong. Una sa budget, parang merong mga ginagawang anomalya sa budget. And number two, tumatanggap din ng payola or some sort of money from the high-profile inmates.
Yes.
Because you mentioned yung sa meal, tapos meron pang tinatanggap.
Yes. Kaya he is now being investigated by many government agencies.
How previous, sir? Previous administration?
Previous administration.
Secretary, posible po kaya na yung malaking perang na involved dito ay nagamit sa eleksyon?
I don't know. Possible is possible. Hindi, pero
Secretary, yung sir, alam na nilang mainit yung Bilibid. Hindi kaya lumipat sa ibang penal colony yung mga drug lord?
actually, yun ang gusto kong sabihin sa inyo. We did not only conduct this digmang droga in the NBP. All the penal colony, penal farms, we conducted simultaneous digmang droga or raids or galugan in Palawan, Sablayan, Iwahig.
Maglalagay rin ba ng SAC doon?
They are not conducted by the SAC, but they've also confiscated many prohibited or contraband items. Marami ding nakuha doon, kahit hindi SAC.
So, sir, may narco-politics na mangyayari doon sa SMB?
Actually, pag sinabi mong narco, that's what we are afraid of. Talagang control na talaga ng drug lords yung NBP before we took over.
But connections with
Kasi hindi ginagalang ng mga guards doon. Ang ginagalang doon yung utos ng mga high-profile inmates. Yung din ang ginagalang nila ng mga officials kahit matataas na sila. They are afraid of what these profile inmates could do. Kasi marami nang niliquidate sa kanila rin eh. Hindi lang naman iisa eh.
Sir, kumpiyansa pa kayo na before matapos ang administration, masosolve yung problema sa NBP?
Palagi ko hindi na kinakailangan hintayin natin yun eh. In 1 year we didn't do anything, we consider ourselves a failure. So mahaba na yung 1 taon siguro.
So 1 year lang target.
Talagay ko. Kasi pag hindi namin nasolve ng 1 year, then we are a failure.
Sir, Attorney Lupa, can we say na ang nasusunod na sa NBP ay yung officials, not the inmates, the high-profile inmates?
Definitely, the SAP. By saying officials, they are the SAP. And we have only one OIC, si General Rolly Asuncion. So, mayroong mga katulong siya doon, but yung mga minors. So, actually, nakita ko ngayon yung, I don't know, we were able to see some of the videos. Para lang maamunto pa sila eh. Sinusunod talaga nilang SAP. Wala tayong video.
We will email to them.
We could give you some
Pictures and emails.
ng video. So,
Any other questions? Okay.
thank you very much.
We have any parting words? No. Like,
Well, please review the summary of confiscated items that we attached to the press statement. And pasensya na muna kayo when I could not answer individually your phones. Kasi talagang sobrang I am overwhelmed by...
May napirma na si President Duterte na mga USEC for you? Because, ang pagkakalam namin, sir, up to August 31 na lang yung mga...
July 31?
July 1.
Wala pa.
Wala pa rin.
Ako lang ang atang napirman sa DOJ.
Isa pa, paano po yung natin doon sa sinasabi yung 10,000 plus cases?
That's why yun ang kwan lang dito sa mga prospective USECs ko, no? They've been working, helping the DOJ even 1 month before President Duterte was proclaimed. After the proclamation, they are with me, and until now, they are with me, helping the department. Without them, hindi ko kakayahin. That's why I could not even answer your phones. Kaya I would really like to thank my prospective USECs, ASECs for being with me, helping me in this, even in this NBP, a prospective USEC was the one helping us.
So paano sir ang pag-resolve ng mga cases na yun kung wala kang mga USEC to act doon sa mga kasong yan? We expect na madadagdagan pa yung mga nakabibig kasong yan?
Yes, definitely. Kasi sa amin, ang unang report sa amin, I believe that's more than 10,000.
Yeah.
Pending petition for review, ay ganyan lang. But even for 6 years, at the rate we're going, we could not attain our zero backlog goal. But we have a 500 vacant position for prosecutors, and nobody is applying or there is no one being appointed. Nagkukwento nga ako sa katagalan ng appointment from the Malacanang ng prosecutor. Yung isang prosecutor ng DOJ, nakatanggap siya ng appointment niya as fiscal in the morning. And so he took his oath of office as a prosecutor. And then in the afternoon, naabutan niya yung nakatanggap naman siya ng appointment niya as RTC judge in the afternoon. So on the same day, so he took again his office as an RTC judge. Why? Kasi, I don't know why it took so long for the palace to appoint these prosecutors. Kaya, when the appointment of the prosecutors are not forthcoming, nag-a-apply sila as RTC judge, MTC judge, o kaya public attorney's office, o kaya nag-join sa private law office. Pero yun nga, dapat madali natin because we have a vacancy for 500 prosecutors and we want to add 2,000 prosecutors more. So I would like to appeal to the public, to the lawyers, to join us at DOJ.
Sir, may idea mga gano'ng karami ng applicants?
Hindi pa masyado eh. That's why I would like to appeal to the public to join us at DOJ.
Sir, mayroong creation ng Supreme Court na 200 plus drug court and asking the Department of Justice to assign prosecutor.
Yes, we are aware of that. As a matter of fact, that would be one of the topics this morning with my meeting with the Chief Justice.
I have a meeting, but you will have a meeting.
Yes, that's why.
Sir, yung sa NBP, sorry sir ha, yung the transfer to Nueva Ecija, because the bidding was ongoing even before you assumed, tuloy pa rin yun, sir.
Alin?
Yung sa PPP, yung sa Nueva Ecija, the transfer of the state penitentiary to Nueva Ecija.
Tuloy pa yun. They are all being studied. Transfer to Nueva Ecija, meron lang problema doon. May problema kasi doon kasi yung 500 hectares to be donated from the military reservation, 400 of them are being claimed by private persons. Kaya sinasabi ng DOJ doon, dapat ang i-donate sa amin, sa DOJ, yung malinis ang title. Now, we are also looking for other places, just like the Carvalho Island, where General Baluton will be flying there August 1st. And also, we are also seriously considering looking to an island in Palawan where we could establish another annex of the NBP.
So, on hold yun, sir? Yung bidding, naka-uphold siya?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Regarding the bidding for the transfer to Fort Magsaysay, the bidding is scheduled, I understand, last week of August. The bidders, the pre-qualified bidders have requested to defer the bidding to some later date so that they could still study the documents and the requirements. So the Bids and Awards Committee is considering moving, but there's no final decision yet on that point.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sir, last lang. Sir, isang sir appeal ng yung sa mga political prisoners, sir, yung sa camp ng pinapalisada, sir, ng mga sa NPA, CPP, NPA. Ano, sir, status po? Sa mga demands yata nila.
Actually, parang meron silang demonstration the other day. Wala pa, but because we are preoccupied with these NDF representatives, consultants supposedly going to Oslo for the peace process. But I don't know what would be the implication in view of the fact that some of our government forces were ambushed by CAPGU, by the NPA, and the president's pronouncement that there's no good explanation for this, then he might withdraw the offer or the ceasefire, the unilateral ceasefire he offered to them.
Would that affect, sir, yung appeal nila for the release of the political prisoners?
It could, but because it's related, but let's wait for it, for development.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
It's still Nueva Ecija. Nueva Ecija pa rin yun, diba, sir? Yung bidding na yun will proceed, but yung premise na Nueva Ecija.
Yes, that's part of the package.
Yeah, kasi we're not sure if we're moving to Caballo, diba, sir? So Nueva Ecija pa rin, sir.
If you base it on the PPP project, it's Nueva Ecija.
Yeah, so for the meantime, tuloy lang muna yun, sir.
In the meantime, the process is still ongoing.
When you're looking for an alternative